Hello everybody, welcome to Chat with Matt. Tonight I'm going to talk to you all about God seeking you out. I'm going to read a little bit from Luke chapter 15 verse 20. This is the story about the prodigal son who had left his father after having been given his inheritance, went off and squandered it, realized what he had done, was left with nothing, and out of guilt and remorse returned home to an exuberant father. A lot of times we see the point of the story of having been lost and then found. The previous two parables to this are about the parable of the lost coin and then the one of the lost sheep. And that's the message we get. But there's an underlying message in here in how the Father sought out His Son, much like God seeks you out. So I'm going to read from Luke chapter 15 verse 20. So he got up and went to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. This describes a very happy father. You know, after his son left, he missed his son, much like God misses us when we're not focusing on Him or living for Him. When we're doing our own thing selfishly, when we turn our backs on God, He's kind of standing in the background waiting for us to return, much like the father here in this excerpt. The son had gone for I don't know how long, doing whatever he was doing. He'd been gone long enough. He squandered his entire inheritance and then felt guilty and decided to return to his father. While he was gone, his father, upon his daily business, longed for his son. He missed his son. He loved his son so, and he wanted to see him again, but he knew his son had to work through some things. So every day while his father was out doing his daily stuff, I don't know, feeding the camels, raking the yard, cutting the grass, whatever he does, whatever he did for a living, he was out there every day, and every so often he would look out to the distance in hopes that he might see his son. And one day would pass and not see his son. Then another day would pass and he might look out this way and hope to see his son. He had that longing in his heart, that love in his heart for his son, and he wanted so badly to see him again. But each day passed, he didn't see his son. His son would not return. Until finally one day he looked out, and there he saw his son, and he was so excited that he ran out before his son could even describe where he had been or what he had done. He had not even confessed what he had done with his inheritance. Father didn't care. The point is, the father saw his son and got excited and ran to him. It's much like God seeks us out. Every day God's sitting and waiting and hoping and wanting us to return to Him. He never wants us to leave Him. But He's sitting there looking out, waiting for that moment when He sees you coming to Him. And it's that moment that He just runs out and hugs you with a big old embrace. See, we're not meant to be separated from God, but by our own choices we do. Believers and non-believers alike. I'll never single any one person out or any group of people out, because we're all in this together. That's something I want to drive home. We're all sinners. We all fall short of the glory of God. But God will seek you out, much like the father in this story. He's sitting there in the waiting to seek you out, waiting to be reunited with you in His love. Thank you. God love us, God above us. Bye-bye.